Hi everyone, and welcome to Enlightenment TV. Yesterday I arrived to Phnom Penh, and that's my room. So it's really nice for a quarantine room. And yeah. So in today's video, I want to be talking about high and low tech. First of all, if you think about the wording high tech, then if you apply logic, there must be an opposite to it, which is low tech, right? Now we all know how this world is completely reversed, and how whatever they say is bad is actually good, and how whatever they say is good is actually bad. And the same obviously goes for high tech, right? So if they say this is the high tech, and so on and so on, then in fact this is the low tech, right? And yeah, eventually it's like not tech at all, but I would like to use the word magic. And yeah, but this a little bit later. That's why like A till Z tech, it's tech, you know. They had all the tech already back then. So yeah, in terms of tech, that what I'm just using now, the mobile, that's not really technology, it's really magic. If you think about it, how this information is being transmitted via mobile, via invisible cables, you know. The other video that I recently made. It's basically what Tesla has predicted back then, and he said like energy will be transmitted just wirelessly. You know, he knew it already back then. As I said, people back then called it magic. And probably some of you know the Disney series Gargoyles. Was a very nice cartoon around I don't know 2000. So yeah, those who know it, there was the character Demona, and she was like pretty much into magic and so on and so on. And in some episodes, she had a black mirror with which she could turn from this beast, from this gargoyle, into a human. And this black mirror is basically exactly what you're looking at now. You know, every screen is black, and it's mirroring you and whatever and whatever. And I remember when I bought my mobile, which is a Samsung Silver Galaxy S7 Edge. When I bought it, I was like, now when I scripted the video, the best comparison is like I was like a magpie that finds something shiny. I don't even know why I would want to have it or whatever, but I would want to have it. Like I touched it and I was just like, what the hell is this? What can this thing do? Like feeling wise, this was already not technology in this sense, like, oh yeah, it's some technology. It's like this placebo effect thing, you know. The placebo effect is the thing, is the truth and ultimate proof of how your thoughts actually heal you. You know, if you're just in tune and you just like, yeah, okay, no problem, I'll heal myself, and you actually then heal yourself, this is how the doctor is downgrading it to, oh yeah, that's the placebo effect. And then that's the same thing here. He's like, oh yeah, that's just some tech. That's no, you know. And there's that's like one of my favorite YouTubers, Valera Krimsky. I'll link some of his videos down. This is, if you speak Russian or you have any friends that do, I highly recommend this channel, because yeah, that's one of the masters, how I would call him. It's like a guy who taught me how to actually think. You know, I don't agree with his conclusions 100%, neither you will agree with mine, but it's not about that. It's about like that we, you know, learn together and whatever and whatever. And from this guy I could learn how to actually think, because his videos are always around 50 minutes to an hour, and he gives you detail by detail by detail by detail why he thinks this. As I say, eventually some conclusions are, well, not the same, but I agree with him 95% with all the things he says. And you will hear him say all the time, basically, yeah, this is from the Matrix, and then he's laughing, you know. And this is what it is. He says mobiles are not being made in, and they're not being made sort of in this world. They're not being made by humans. They're being made by the Matrix. And he says like, that's why also if you think about the chip factories, okay, of course, the chip factories are secretly hidden in China where nobody knows and blah, 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 and this and that, you know. So in other words, basically, they're being made by the Matrix. This is his wording. As I say, my wording is like they're being made by, well, magical beings, or, well, also they're being made by the Matrix, so you kind of get where I'm going with this. Because that's one of the things I was thinking about before he said this, and so on and so on. With this Black Mirror, there was another YouTuber who talked about this, that the Black Mirror is being used in some type of magical procedures, like fortune telling or whatever. He was like, and I mean, I was thinking about this also before this YouTuber and so on and so on. Like, as I say, from the get-go, actually, I was feeling it, but I wasn't really aware of it in terms of thoughts. And that's basically bottom line what it is. It is a magical item. And the reason why this is actually low-tech is the negative impacts of it. Like you have all those fun videos where people walk like this, looking and staring at their mobile, and then they're just falling into whatever. And you have all those cases of YouTubers and other streamers who just were streaming 70 plus hours and then died. And the other thing is the communication, you know. It's like when you communicate with this mobile, it's just not the same as if you are actually there with this friend and you give him a hug and you make those stupid jokes that you usually make, and so on and so on. So it also creates dependencies, you know. Like when I remember the scene, for example, in Matrix, where this governor of the city Zion was talking to Neo, and then he was walking through the city, and he said like, this is so paradox and so ridiculous that here these machines, they filter our water, and you know, they provide us with this and this, whereas other machines are trying to destroy us, and they are all just machines. And the other decode, iMageIN, you know, like car, mother's car. It all has this mechanical features to it, but it's an organic machine. You know, that's why I would call this like a magical item. In other words, this is an organic machine. What is an organic machine, right? It is, it's basically the two sides of the same coin. That's how I always say this, right? So you can feel those negative impacts of these machines, and that's why I conclude this to be the low tech, and the high tech is actually the heart, right? This is feeling, intuition, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And that's why I always basically say, listen to your heart, and the best way to achieve this connection to your heart, to disconnect from the mind and to connect to your heart, is through meditation. And that's why, like I promised many times, but at some point I will do it, when I feel better myself, and like just traveling and this whole, you know, this whole worldwide psyop we know about, that's currently in full swing. It's really epic here in Cambodia, you know. So I didn't feel really well yesterday when I arrived, and I was really super hating and everything. But yeah. So back to the tech. For those who haven't watched Death Note, please do so. It is very nice anime. It is not childish, it's actually super unchildish. It's for grown-ups, and if you haven't, then watch it. It's really nice entertainment-wise. You will, if you watch it from a different perspective, also learn something, but entertainment-wise, it's really crazy. My brother watched the whole thing in 2 days because this is how addictive it is. It's like the first 2 episodes is like the injecting of it, you know, and then from episode 3 it kicks in. It's just like, boy, you're so addicted, and then you watch it. So not to spoil it for you, as I say, stop the video, watch it, and then you can continue the video, whatever. For those who watched it, you remember the scene how Ryuk gave the Death Note to Higuchi, because Light has predicted that Higuchi would do exactly that, what Light plans him to do, and then he did. And that's exactly the same thing with the military and so on. That's why the military has the tech way before anybody else has it, so that they can modify it in a way that the outcome of the tech is being used for what most people use it for is predictable. You know, I mean, what do most people use their mobiles for? Watching porn, right? Or this kind of similar nonsense which they're using it for. It's like, whatever, you know, it's bullshit. It's not enriching your life. Don't know how to pronounce this word, but it's actually making it more terrible. People, as I say, people die while streaming, and people get like super addicted to computer playing. In Japan they even have a word for this. So in one word they describe the type of guy that never moves out of the house, never gets a wife and kids, but just stays with his mom and plays all day long. They have a word for this. So, like, as I say, this scene where where Ryu gives the Death Note to Higuchi represents exactly this. The military gets the technology, and then they give it to you in order it to be a weapon for them with which you kill yourself. Like some general said, we will not force anyone to do this and to do that. Like, there will be no force. They will buy all the stuff by themselves. You know, you have a TV, you have a mobile, so they spy on you because, you know, and so on and so on. Like, I mean, everyone knows now when you speak about whatever toilets and your mobile is next to you, then the next thing what's gonna happen is you're gonna get advertisements of toilets. You know, everyone knows it. It's not a big secret. Everyone knows it. And the other thing which in Death Note represents technology is the Death Note itself.